Rakesh. Rakesh, I know you follow this topic quite a bit. You have very interesting opinions. I saw your post about the webinar and how you have observed this very insightfully about the situation in Punjab, about how these things are affecting now. So I would really love to know about your thoughts on these, and especially how technology can play a role, because I know that as a techie plus a physician helping develop RAIN products, you are helping RAIN Foundation to build these products to help some of these things. So can you tell us about what are your thoughts and how we are helping from technology perspective here?
Thank you, Santosh. Thanks a lot, Dr. Siris and Dr. Madan, for giving such a wonderful insight about the importance of having good habits to enjoy our elder age, like instead of becoming burden on the society. If we want to summarize the all issues Dr. Siris and Dr. Madan discussed so far, we can summarize these as one of the major issues we can see the brain aging. Like aging with age is the biggest issue we can see in all the age as we are getting elder. And second issue we discussed so far is the unhealthy food, which is leading to a lot of other issues. And third issue we discuss is loss of muscle mass, and loss of muscle mass leading to fall and fractures. And then definitely we cannot forget about like COVID-19 and risk during the pandemic like COVID-19. So as we are going to discuss about the technology, how technology can help us in during the elder age. And before that, I will want to discuss about the issue of loneliness, basically, you can say. If we see like youth of the India are migrating to other Western countries for like better future and etc. That's basically leading to like separation of the elders from the young youth, basically. And basically we are leaving behind our elder parents in country and moving to other Western countries. And that led to different kind of pandemic, or you can say epidemic related to age. And we are definitely going to discuss that in detail, like how we can use the technology to cope up with those issues. And if we see like first issue, we can see a forgetfulness due to brain aging. Forgetfulness is sometimes minor, sometimes mild, sometimes severe. Mild forgetfulness may be like we are forgetting to take the medicine, or we are forgetting to take the vital monitoring regularly if we are suffering some kind of chronic disorder like hypertension, cardiovascular or diabetes. And or we can even sometimes forget like keeping the health record in place. Sometimes we visit a doctor, but health record are not with us. And sometimes we go to some places, we forget to we forget to take specs and do not bring back, basically. And these are the basic issues. And sometimes if forgetfulness is severe, then sometimes elder people forget the address of their home also. Sometimes they go to the market or they go to the like walk for morning or evening walk. They even forget sometimes the address where we are living, and they never return back to home, basically. So how technology can help in this? Basically, like product like REAN Health Blue application we build is helping the like elder population or anyone with chronic disease to monitor their basically medicine. Like they can increase the compliance by allowing the user to set auto reminder to take medicine. Like our application can give a alert whenever there is time to take the medicine. And also we can give alert that you need to monitor the vitals like blood pressure, pulse, oxygen saturation, temperature, etc. And see, if we are going to take medicine regularly, we are recording our vitals regularly, then definitely that's going to improve the body for performance, like in over like years. Because if we are having some kind of chronic disorder, then these kind of things are very important to keep us healthy. And the second issue we discussed was that sometimes we forget to take the prescription or past report with the doctor when we are visiting for regular checkup. So our app also provides the option to keep the data about prescription or other reports in its app itself, so that we can share with doctor whenever required. And this app is basically like HIPAA compliant, and it's basically like having all kind of handling privacy concerns. So people do not need to about the security of the data or privacy of the data. And second issue we usually see is that sometimes elder population do not remember like what is the dose of medicine and or and what dose they need to take. Sometimes they take a wrong dose of the medicine. So second kind of technology we can use is that automatic pill dispensers are there in market which we can use, and these pill dispensers dispense the medicine at right time and at right dose, so that we do not take wrong medicine and or in wrong dose. The issue we discuss about that sometimes people forget their address when they go to outside for work or in the market. Then GPC devices like some even smartphones have GPC enabled in them, can help us in locating the elder people if they did not return to the home on time. Like we have Google device locator. If we see on Google device locator, we can see where the mobile is lying. So, or we can trace the elder population there basically. Second issue we discussed was about loss of muscle mass. Loss of muscle mass and added with osteoporosis with age lead to fracture easily if person fall. And as I discussed that our youth are moving toward the Western countries and we are leaving behind the elder population in India. Sometimes elder people are alone in the house and no one is there to listen even to the cry or the shouting of the elder population that I have fallen, and that lead to added stress in the person can be there in the washroom in the bedroom for hours without being attended because there is no one else in the home. These kind of issues need to be tackled. We can use the technology based like accelerometer and gyroscopic sensors usually are in the variable watches which can detect the fall. Whenever someone has fallen, then that device can detect the fall, and then within 1 minute they can send the alert to some emergency service nearby or the person they are first person to attend the elder population. Like they can even send a message or call to the son or daughter living in the USA, something like that. So that can help us in attending the person in time. Otherwise, person will be even in the washroom on the bed for hours without being attended and lead to added complications. And sometimes what happens is that person is sleeping in the bed and they do not know when they have fallen from the bed. This happens sometimes. And so for to tackle that issue, there are sensors we can keep under the mattress. And if someone was sleeping on a mattress and fallen abruptly below the bed, then that sensor can send alert and even send us SMS or call to the concerned person or emergency service. And then we were discussing about the unhealthy food, like Dr. Madan and Dr. Siris told that what are the impact of unhealthy food in long run. It can lead to obesity, and obesity can lead to chronic disorders, or sometimes like unbalanced food, like deficiency of vitamin D or calcium, can lead to osteoporosis in the age, and that can be basically due to many reasons. One reason is that elder people is living in the home alone, like son or daughter is living abroad, and they are just two-person in living in the house. So there is no one to cook the food, and sometimes it's very difficult to hire a help or not be able to help is there to cook the food. That lead to basically unhealthy food eating or missing the food sometime, like they are not like so much energy to go outside the market to buy the food, so sometimes they skip the meal also, or sometimes they are do not know what they cook or what kind of healthy food they can easily cook without taking so much efforts. So our REAN Health Guru application provide a option to track the calorie intake so that we can know like if we have taken the sufficient amount of calorie to being healthy, and then it can also give some kind of warning that calorie intake is low or their nutrition is missing some kind of essential nutritions. And also we have a REAN Foundation forum where people can discuss about like what they can eat or what are the options to have healthy food in nearby areas. And even we are publishing some kind of articles and some kind of recipes on our blog, REAN Foundation blog, where users can take help of like what kind of food they can take during the elder age. And then we were talking about loneliness. And as I told, and even Santosh was talking about Punjab. Punjab is basically famous for like having migration of all the youth toward the Canada. Like sometimes we see that there is no corner of the world where we cannot see the Punjabis, and everywhere there is basically. I am also belong to Punjab. So basically, this kind of youth migration is very kind of becoming a pandemic now. Basically, not pandemic. Sorry, it's becoming a endemic in inside Punjab. Like if we see every house of Punjab have one or other children or youth have gone to Canada, Australia, Europe, USA. So there are a lot of elder couples living alone. Like there's only husband and wife living alone in house. Even sometimes, like unfortunately, one of the person expired, then only one person living there. And that kind of loneliness lead to many kind of mental disorders. And most of the elder population suffer from depression because of this loneliness. And like but like we have to see the future of the youth also, and we have to take care of the elder population also. So here technology can help us in like handling this loneliness. Usually we see that we can have video call using the mobile phone or tab or laptop, but even for having video call there should be time. Like youth children living abroad should have time to have a call regularly with the parents. But sometimes due to busy schedules we are unable to have some idle time to have conversation with the family for hours. So what I usually suggest is that we can have some kind of camera TVs. Camera TV can be set in the you can say dining area or some kind of lobby, and where elder population people can see the activity of their grandchildren playing in living area. Usually, what we say that grandmother or grandfather usually have more love for their grandchildren as compared to their own children. They want to see their grandchildren playing. And if we can install this kind of TVs in our living area, then they can lively see the children playing, and that can help in removing the loneliness in the elders, but also help us like attaching our grandchildren back to the grandparents. Like grandchildren can have long call, basically like hard call. Suppose their parents are have been into office and they are alone in the home. They can have chat, conversation, other activities with their grandchildren, grandfather or grandmother back in India or any other country. Okay. Uh, mm, so
That's
this is about, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is about like basically a mental health are basically most ignored topic we can see like in countries. Like sometimes we even see taboo attached with a mental disorder or mental illness. Basically, like people say like this is basically we cannot easily discuss with other people, but we should feel free if we are suffering from some kind of loneliness, because that can, if that gets severe, that can lead to suicidal attempts also sometimes.
Rakesh, I'm always fascinated with the breadth of knowledge you have and the way you make it easy for the technology adoption. I think that only can come from the experience you have on the ground and the technology understanding that you have. I think this, this overview of what REAN is doing and is planning to do for this population, but not only for this population, but for others who can help them in these fashions, how caregivers who are remote from their parents, from their elderly relatives, how can they take care of some of these things? I think that overview was fascinating. Thanks a lot for that overview.